Fred, I was talking a little bit about something before you came on, and I think you could give a lot of insight into this. Tennessee is going to bring back checker kneeling for Texas A&M. They did the dark mode uniforms last week, smoky grays earlier, all orange against UTSA. Do you think they're doing it right, or do you think they need to step up their game a little more for trendy things, given what Deion is doing out at Colorado right now for recruiting purposes?
Well, Deion's doing things completely different than everybody. I mean, just you look at what he's doing for us. I mean, you got Lil Wayne taking guys out, bringing them out of the tunnel. You got a concert before the game with Lil Wayne and all these, big name stars and stuff like that on the sidelines. I don't know if we need to take a page out of his book, but I would like to see a Morgan Wallen doing a concert before a UT game. That would be amazing. That'd be awesome. On the river or something like that, I think that would be amazing. But I think we stick to what we have and try to find new ways to do what we're doing. And I like the fact that we did dark mode, also doing, check and kneeling, then all orange. I think those are good things, but it also is helping with marketing as well. I mean, what Deion's doing is what he has to do out in Colorado. I think our brand is a little bit different. And that orange and white does hold true. I mean, everybody knows when they see orange and white, it's Tennessee. You know what I mean? But having that dark mode, that gives you something different. It gives you an opportunity to go out and buy a different color shirt too. Just different paraphernalia to have. And it kind of appeals to everybody. Some people don't like the black. A lot of people do. Some people like the orange and white. Some people just like all white. Some people like the all orange. It gives everyone an opportunity to go out and purchase something that, represents the University of Tennessee. And it keeps us going as far as like having different options. One of the things that Oregon has done very well is have different options. They have a different option every week. They can wear 100 different uniforms and, and never look the same. I think that has helped them with recruiting. And a lot of those kids go to school there because of those things. Different uniforms and different looks and those type of things. Ultimately, it's still the University of Oregon. So it's still what it is. It still makes it good for them. University of Tennessee, we have that same ability, just having those opportunities to do those things.
Yeah, and that's why it was so funny to me when Dan. I don't blame him because he was trying to motivate his team, but when he said they're fighting for clicks, we're fighting for wins, I'm like, Oregon's been fighting for clicks for 30 years with those jerseys.
They have. They haven't won a championship. I don't know if they've ever won one. I doubt they ever will have one. But I think just having those options did help them get recruiting. And, just being able to light it up every week with a different uniform has given them opportunities for guys to go say, man, I want to go play there. I like the look, And then you did have Chip Kelly. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He brought something different to college football with that fast-paced offense. But having those uniforms did help.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did. Maryland tried the same with Under Armour about 20 years later, and it didn't have the same effect whatsoever as the Oregon 91.
But the same thing though, the guy who started Under Armour went to school in Maryland. So for those guys, it's a good idea. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of interesting. I kind of agree. That's what I had said earlier too, is that Tennessee doesn't have to do the same things, but they need to do certain things to stay trendy. And I've been saying, with Deion at Colorado and the Big 12 commissioner being the former executive of Rock Nation, watch out. We all talk about the SEC and the Big 10, but the Big 12 may be coming. They seem like they're trying a bunch of new stuff to just stay ahead of the curve in college football. And I think Big 12 football is going to be really exciting in the future, even without the blue blood.
I don't think they can do what Deion does himself because he's Deion. I don't think no one can do what Deion does because he's Deion. You know what I mean? It won't come the same from, TCU or Utah. Could you see Utah doing that? I don't see them doing it. You know what I mean? So, I think what Deion's doing is an anomaly. I think what he's doing is great for college football, but it also gives you opportunities to see all different types of things you can do when it comes to entertainment in college football. And I think it's going to change the landscape of how things are from now on. I think more coaches are going to go into doing things that, that are specific to their schools, I guess. But it gives you different opportunities for environment. I mean, you look at how our game stuff has changed with our new athletic director. Danny White has brought a lot of different things. the fireworks above the stadium before the game, and those are things that have brought more excitement. It's like one of the most exciting stadiums in the world now because of that. And you look at that because we didn't have that before. Now you have it, and it's like, wow, that made so much different. The different lighting when they light up the T, when you run through it, that's a whole different experience. I think just doing those things and being innovative gives you opportunity to see things. You look at what we did in the stadium as well. You can go underneath the stadium there, and there's a whole area where you can get food and drinks and those type of things as well. You look at those are the things that help your stadium. You got to keep thinking innovative like that. I think more college stadiums are going to start to be more NFL-like because it's looking for more of the experience now than anything. And, back in the day, everybody didn't care about sitting on aluminum stadium seats. Now, I'd much rather have a chair back.
Very true. I think Notre Dame still sticks with that because, Notre Dame, and this is probably why they haven't won a championship since '89. They're like, oh, my God, we're Notre Dame, and we can do everything traditionally. And they think that, holds up. And as you know, that's not the nature of college football anymore. You got to stay ahead of the curve.
You got to stay ahead of the curve. And that's the one thing. There's a lot of things coming down the pipe in the next few years here that I think we need to figure out a way to stay in front of. One of those things is you can pay players now. Any situation that you get to pay someone, whether it be in a job situation or whatever it is, what comes next? Just any idea what comes next?
Oh, you want to know how much you're going to get paid, right?
You want to know how much you're going to get paid. There's going to be a pay and scale, and also there's going to be a union at some point. So I think you should try to jump in front of some of those things as if you're University of Tennessee or any school in the college football right now, you need to figure out how to make things differently or how to look at those things going forward because it's not going to stay the same. You look from 5 years ago, University of Tennessee completely different than what it was back then. 10 years ago, completely different. 15, 20 years ago, everything is different, right? You can actually pay players now and not get in trouble to do so. At some point, I think there's going to be a salary cap. I also think there's going to be bonuses. I saw that Smoky Mountain Red. I agree. There's going to be bonuses. There's going to be incentive-laden contracts and those type of things. I see those things happening. So I think we need to figure out ways to stay innovative, but also stay ahead of the curve when it comes to the business side of this thing and try to jump out ahead of it.
But Fred, the most important thing is Tennessee's got to bring back the orange pants that Derek Dooley wore. Those were so successful.
Derek Dooley can take those pants with him. I'm glad he took them with him and they just stay where they at. I'd much rather them stay where he is. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think anybody's wearing orange pants again after that 3-year run.
I'm pretty sure nobody wants any orange pants after that dude.